Hi guys, Jesby in the UK and shooting a little quick video for you. It's the 17th of April 2018, time now is 11:51 PM. And firstly, apologies that it's been a week since the last video on proof of weak hands. Basically, quite a bit last week trying to get over a cold and had some family business to attend to as well. So haven't had the time to jump on and get one of these shot. Yeah, it's been an interesting week to say the least, because from the last video I showed you, we'd kind of had a bit of a sell-off with proof of weak hands 3D, and it's sort of continued throughout the week really, and even up until yesterday. You can see, if I can show you here, no, that's the 17th, we're still on the 17th there. Can't see if we're going to track it, but let's go back to the week view on the charts. Where are we there? That's the, oh no, sorry, it's not going to work. Let's do to a day. That's better. Where are we here? Yeah, on the 16th, we hit a bottom level for the Ethereum in the contract of 6,514 Ethereum. Now on to today, and the lowest point we had was 6,249 ETH in the contract, but it's actually seen a steady rise again, which is nice to see, because I think there were some YouTubers out there sort of saying, oh, it's going to completely crash out. And thankfully, we've seen a little bit of an upturn again now. So if we go to the 1 hour chart, you get a better idea of exactly what's kind of happening. You can see there was just this constant people just sort of selling off, which is kind of what the game's about. I mean, it's the weak hands selling out and just wanting to get out, thinking it's going to keep going down. It's not to say that it might not have a reversal and go further down, but at the moment, the point is it's actually trending back up, which is good to see. So that's the hour one. If you look at the 15-minute, we've had a good increase there. Sort of having a slight arc there, so whether it's going to drop. And then in the last 5 minutes, we've had a few people still selling out, where you can see the red ones going in. And then let's have a look at the minute version. Kind of slight plateau there. So, but again, the positive really for me is actually seeing that we've gone to at least getting the green bars back, which is what we want. But having said that, for the week, I obviously, as I've said before, I had no intentions of selling any of my tokens. So we go through, it would be exactly the same as the video I shot a week ago. So I've got 61.5398 P3D tokens. Obviously my USDT value has gone down slightly, because that's in relation to the price the coin is at. And you can see up here, one P3D token is 0.01285 Ethereum. So that has gone down slightly, but the good news is I've just been over the last week stacking up the dividends, so with all that sort of sell-off activity as well, it was pushing it sort of higher. So I've got $22.53 sat there, which I'm going to withdraw now into my MetaMask wallet. And if you remember on the last video, we'd taken out a few withdrawals. So at the moment I've got $67.97 sat there. It's just changed while we've been watching it. You'll notice some tokens creeping up. The guys behind Proof of Weak Hands 3D actually did quite a clever little marketing stunt recently, where they dropped 232 just tokens to everyone who's got an Ethereum wallet, basically. But it was, as I say, a marketing exercise, because you can see the way it's been named. It's also promoting the website. I'll do a separate little video about this, just so it'll show you how you can claim your just tokens. I believe there are some people even trading them on EtherDelta, although I'm not looking to do that at the moment, but it's just good to have them there, so you get them just in case they do become worth something. But as I say, I'll do a separate video on that one. Yeah, so at the moment, let's take out the dividend rewards. So I'm going to do a withdrawal, and as always, it brings up the MetaMask wallet. Obviously, gives you the option there. If I wanted to reinvest, I could do. Currently, that would be worth 3.42 P3D tokens if I wanted to do that. But I think, as I've always said, the game plan for me is to get the original $100 out-of-pocket money back into my wallet, and then the 300 that I brought over from another program was pure profit anyway, so I can afford to, speculate a little bit more with that balance. So, as always, I've mentioned before about the gas price. They do recommend when you're doing any transfers to go between 3 and 6. I normally always put it on 6. Just it speeds the transaction through a lot quicker. So it's only going to cost me 20 cents to do that. So let's go submit. And you'll see the black box comes up. There we go. Withdrawal request has been transmitted to the blockchain awaiting confirmation. So usually it only takes literally a few secs to get that through. Let me just go to that screen again. And if we do a refresh, that may well have gone through. Let's see. No, it's still showing for the moment, so it's having a little think about it. That's not a problem. So as you can see, at the moment we've got 7,401 ether in the contract. So from where it was at 6,200 and odd, obviously we've had a nice little bit of an increase today. Basically what's been going on in the background last weekend just gone, they've actually got people now in the Far East who are sort of getting behind and promoting Proof of Weekends 3D. A lot of YouTubers are producing videos out for that market as well, so I think there's going to be more attention on this now from other marketplaces out there, so I think we should start to see that rise up again. There still are a few sort of whales in this, some people holding quite a substantial amount of tokens. Now, that could cause a little bit of a stalling game at the moment. It might mean that we don't see it go back up to 20,000 until some of those people sell, because it's kind of better if most of the whales in here don't have more than 10,000 P3Ds tokens, where I think the top one at the moment's got just shy of 30,000. So that could cause a kind of a stalling on the price, but I say with new markets looking at it now, they may still want to come in, and that will help the token price rise. But the whole sort of game plan, if you like, with the P3D token thing could be that we need to see it possibly fall even lower just to get rid of some of those other bigger whales in the program out, and then get a load of new people coming in. Because then you've got a more even spread of people who are holding lower amounts of the token, and can sort of have a fairer game going on where everyone's getting a slice of the profits and a slice of the dividends, rather than it's only the people with the really bigger hands who are holding a lot more tokens that potentially might win here. I mean, I'm more than happy, because I say I'm close on to pulling out $100 in rewards already with this. A little bit down on my overall holding on the tokens, but as I say, if that starts to rise up anyway, kind of does me a favour. Conversely, with the markets, if Ethereum and Bitcoin go up considerably from where they have been over the last month, that could play an impact in reducing this price. So if Ethereum still sort of stays in the doldrums for a little while or goes down again, I think the P3D value will actually rise. But as I say, we've just got to watch that space at the moment, see what happens with that. But I'm just going to do another refresh, see if that withdrawal's gone through. And yeah, in fact I've already earned another 0.0001 whilst I was doing all of that. But if we go over to my MetaMask wallet, We had just shy of 69 before. There you go, guys. You can see I've now got $90.42. So I'm only $9 and what would that be? $9.58 off of my target of getting $100 into my MetaMask wallet. So the way this is tracking at the moment, I reckon that'll be another 2 to 3 days, unless there's a huge influx or sell-off one way or the other, and then that means your dividends come through much faster. So that's another withdrawal there. Yeah, so I think while I was obviously away for that 7 days, not producing any videos, you can see kind of what was going off, despite people predicting a boom, not the weekend gone, but the weekend before. It didn't quite happen. There was still this sort of selling off going on. But thankfully, we've kind of seen a little bit of a turnaround now. So hopefully, that's the sign of things to come over the next, next week or so. It'd be nice to get that climbing back up to the dizzy heights again of 20,000 ETH in the contract. Most of the clones out there we've discussed on other videos, they've kind of really bitten the dust, guys. I think people realised, this one is here for the long haul type thing, rather than some of these other clones that just appeared offering stupid percentages. And we've even had one of them sort of exit scam as well, which was the power of bubble or proof of bubble. Can't remember what it was called now. So yeah, it's all trundling along. It was a little bit slow last week, if I'm being honest, but hopefully this is the sign of things to come over the next week or so. Fingers crossed anyway. As I say, all the necessary links are below if you're interested. There's some other links for charts there. And as always, if you are going to join, whether you join through another YouTuber or myself, don't Google a referral link for this program. Only get a link from those people who are in the program. Because with Google, you could come across a sort of a phishing site that will just get you to what will appear to look like the site, and then if you make any deposits, you could potentially lose that that ether. So not worth doing, guys. Obviously, with all these things, do read the disclaimers, and you've got to realise, guys, anything you're putting into the crypto space, as it were, currency is at risk. It's a very volatile market, so you should only really get into these sort of things if it's money that you can safely afford to lose, and that's the reality. Don't get involved in these if you're risking rent money, mortgage money, your food money, anything you need for the basic day-to-day sort of living expenses. You shouldn't be doing that. It's kind of really got to be play money. If it means you're not going to the cinema once or twice in the month, or going out for a meal or stuff like that. It's money that it's not going to cause you a stress or a worry if overnight it suddenly bottomed out and you didn't have as much as you put in or whatever. I mean, with all of these things, this is, as I say, more of a game involving cryptocurrency. So it's more of a sort of a punt thing. If you can throw a little bit of money at it and you can get some sort of return out of it, great. But, there's no guarantees, guys. So be careful, whatever you decide. That's the update for today. Hopefully, all being well, I'll do another one in a day or two. And I will do a separate one on how you can claim those Just tokens, although there's obviously a few other YouTube videos out there about that already, if you can't wait until I bring mine out. Okay, guys, as always, thanks for tuning in, and if you like the video, thumbs up. If you didn't like it, thumbs down. And if you've not subscribed yet, click the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.